gonna try to fix some of this mud. We got some nice temperatures coming. I've been waiting for 4 or 5 days for my rock, man. It's been quite the ordeal, actually. Nice. Alright, so that's the first load of minus, so it's smaller. And now we'll get a load of driveway rock he just brought. So we're going to get that tucked over here because I got some problems. Alright, change of plan now. I think I'm going to leave it up here on the other side of the gate. Man, that thing is squishing down, boy. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, let me rethink this. Hold on. All right, this might work better. We're gonna put it alongside of it because I want to get that base down first. And then I want to get this rock on top of it. Up! Not really my perfect ideal situation. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Okay, so I listened to all you guys on the comment sections and I used the skid steer to move some of those logs, and now the skid steer won't run. So let me show you what happened. So if you guys have been following along, you know it's been pretty muddy out here. We've been battling that, and we've had some really cold temperatures, actually. Unseasonably cold. Okay, so we got a lot of freezing and thawing going on. The last video you guys saw that I used the skid steer and I brought it over here, you can still see the tracks. Look how deep they are. And that was just really smooth. I didn't disturb anything. I went in real smooth and I dropped the load up there and then I backed out. I did 3-point turns, all these little tricks so you don't tear up everything. And you can see, look at the grooves in the ground there, okay? So that mud is getting inside of the tracks. This is crazy, right? You know where I'm going with this. Let's go back over by the machine here. So these are the unintended consequences of your actions, right? Now you can see all the mud in there, and that was just like I said, I barely turned it and used it, and that mud got in there, okay? And then our temperatures dropped. I mean, we haven't been super cold. It's probably been in the 30s at daytime and, you know, 20s at night. Maybe we got up to 40, maybe. So it hasn't been super freezing cold. This is not Alaska cold weather right here. We're not in the zeros or anything. but it was just enough to freeze that mud in there and stop my gears from turning. So see that? I just want to share that with you guys. I mean, sometimes you guys have some good ideas, but being in the situation, you know, it brings a different perspective to it, because we're walking in this stuff, we're looking at it, we're managing it, and I don't have water resources down here. If I was to keep up with this type of program, I don't have the water resources down here and everything to keep cleaning this thing out every time it gets mudded up. So now I don't even know. I'm going to try to, I brought down a nice jabber there. I'm going to try to get the tracks cleaned out. But it's hard for me. I was like, man, it's so fickle, right? It's hard for me to wrap my mind around this big machine here that builds the world. And, you know, a little bit of mud in there and a little bit of cold in the Midwest USA. It's not even, you know, the Arctic. And that thing's done. It's incapacitated. So that stuff always interests me like that. You know what I mean? Like, that thing is so powerful. But mud in there is just such a weak link, isn't it? So hopefully that I'll be able to jab the mud clear there and we'll get this freed up. Because this is Mom's driveway sitting right here, okay? I'm gonna get that cleared up and then I'll explain to you the two different piles and what we have going on, okay? Pretty frozen. This is hard to believe that it could stop this machine from turning. Stuff like cement. Guess I can see how it happens, I guess. So here's a lesson for you. Don't always listen to the subscribers. No, I'm just kidding. You got to be able to clean these tracks out if you're going to use them in the mud and you got cold weather coming. It's a lesson I learned the hard way, I guess. I've had skid steers before. I never had a track machine. I used Greg's track machine last winter. I guess we never had it in the mud and never had a problem. It always ran right off. But you know, you can see there's a little bit of mud down here. But I am surprised. Get the other side. See, you guys, cost me a whole day of work. We could have picked up that pile of logs with our hands. Well, you saw Jerry was up on the deck. Did you see the last video? Jerry's up on the deck directing me and stuff. He was like, let's try to get those logs and bring them over with the skid steer and we'll see how it goes. If you go back and look at the video, I'll link it for you guys. That's what was going on. So I was like, all right, let's give it a try. Here we are. I mean, it's pretty serious. Frozen on there good. And we got some warmer weather coming in, so I'm trying to get this freed up. I got some stuff going on up front I want to show you real quick. And you know, we got to get busy on this here, but first I got to get this driveway down so we can get out of this mud a little bit. All right, let's give that a try. Now this first pile of gravel we got here, see all the powder in there? He actually should have brought me the little finer stuff. When you first put your driveway down, what I like to do is I like to use the real fine stuff. Okay, they call it base. So that's what I like right there. This has got these rocks mixed in, it's not too bad. But that base will allow a real good compact first layer. After that, I'll put down what they call driveway rock around here. And I think these are like 1 inch and smaller, 1/4 inch and smaller pieces. And then it does have some powder in there, not as much. So I like to start with that pile like that, right? So we're gonna start with the base layer, get it spread out, and then put the other layer on top. Getting your driveway today, Mom. Here we go. I'm gonna get some first, and I'm gonna work in. So I'm gonna come back from the back here, start from the street. Everything's a muddy mess. And it's only gonna thaw out, so I wanna make sure I got a place to work. Okay, all right, we got that base layer down, looks real nice. And the idea is to make the driveway about as wide as the gate, also so we can get 2 cars to pull in here in case Mom gets her visitors. And then while we're working on it, all the guys can pull down here if any of them show back up, and we can get a couple trucks parked right in here so everyone's out of the mud. Let's get that second pile laid out. Rough ride, isn't it? Lucky thing you got your seatbelt on. So the part I want to work on now is this is kind of going to be the grass area. So I don't want to leave too much rock here, but I'm not going to be able to get it all. So you just got to kind of scrape it, you know, gently, and then I'll come back later and get it figured out. So that's what we're doing now. Just trying to get that extra rock back onto the driveway side and out of the grass side. A bunch of rock in your grass, right? Right, Ma? And then see how you don't want to pick up the dirt either. So right when you see if it's starting to pick up some dirt, you know, you're going to loosen that angle. So you're just skimming right along top of it and pushing that rock in the bucket and leaving that dirt on the ground. See? Thin layer of gravel there, but the ground is exposed now. That's what you want. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut this side in. So you can definitely see the difference between where the grass is and where the driveway starts, right? Man, well, this is going to make for a much better work environment. So I wanted to give you guys a couple tips real quick when I put down this gravel driveway, because you guys are probably going to end up doing a gravel driveway where you live. If you guys are getting out on the homestead or something, it's a lot cheaper than concrete. Ultimately, we might have a concrete pad up here, so when Mom gets out of the car, she'll have a short little walk into this mudroom door right here. And again, this whole side of the building, this whole side of the log home is under a covered porch and in the front too. So, you know, it's just gonna make it real easy for her. So stay tuned and see how we finish that off. But gravel's pretty easy to deal with. You guys can get it in most of your locations. It does not come with your log home build. And that gravel right there costs about $400. It was $200 and something a load, pretty much, for the base and for the driveway rock, okay? So I put the base down. That really helps give it the foundation, keeps the weeds and everything from growing up in there, and it really makes a big difference. And then I put the bigger rock down on top of that. Now, one thing you guys notice is when I put my driveway in, see that little crown right there? You can kind of see how it's high in the middle and off on the sides. And then I take my bucket, I get it high in the middle, and then I run my buckets down the side to smash it in to, you know, bring it back into the plane of the ground here. And what that does is just, you know, you don't want a flat gravel driveway. When that water hits there, you're gonna get a bunch of ravines through here, cracks, crevices, you can blow out your ankle. And it can get pretty bad over time, just causes you more maintenance, right? So make sure you just kind of crown your driveway just a little bit, keep those sides flat down, and then that way the water will shear off the sides before it starts developing, you know, the Grand Canyon. So, right on. So there's your $400 driveway, Mom. And we got more stuff coming on this build right here. I gotta keep staying busy. The sun's out pretty good this week, and we haven't seen the sun, I think, one time in all of this year. So I'm actually squinting quite a bit because it's just so strong on the eyes right now. So let's keep at it. We'll call this day 18 of Mom's log cabin build, because anytime we do something down here, we're going to record it and we're going to show her. So putting it in the driveway is kind of a big deal. Also, Gary and Jerry, if you guys come back and help, this is a lot better working area for you guys. You pull your trucks in here and then we can back out and get it. We were parking over there and it was starting to get muddy, and even just walking to the truck, to the boards and all this, it was just getting really bad. So this is going to dry out pretty quick, and the driveway is going to help, and everything's good, and we're just moving right along. Moving right along.